Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear cadet, Assalamu alaikum. This is Humayun with the new topic, equations reducible to quadratic equations. So dear student, in our daily life or in mathematics, we come across different types of equations which we can reduce them into quadratic form. So by reducing to quadratic form, we can transform them into or we can solve the quadratic equation by any one of the three methods. So our today topic consists of 5 types. In today topic we will discuss 5 types of equations. So the first type, equation exercise 1.2, question number 1. This is first type of equation. Look at the question. x4, first solve the following equation. By any method we can solve them, but first of all this equation we reduce it to quadratic form, because we have 3 methods of solution of a quadratic equation. So this is not quadratic because the power of x is 4. So first of all, such type of equation we can, in which the power of x is 4, then x square and then constant term. So such like equation, that is first type of general form of equation, we can reduce it to quadratic form by putting x square, the middle term, is equal to y. That is another variable. We can take any variable, r, s, t, etc. Then if we put x square is equal to y in this first equation, it becomes y square, that is x square square mean x4. So by putting x square is equal to y, we get y square minus 5y plus 4 is equal to 0. Thus we get a quadratic equation. Now the quadratic equation we can solve it by any one of the 3 methods. By quadratic by factorization, by completing the square I, or by quadratic formula. So the easiest way is by factorization. So first, if we can factorize it, then solve this by factorization. So we solve it by factorization. So making factor of minus 5, we get 2 factors, minus 4 and minus 1. By adding we get minus 5, and by multiplying we get plus 4. Thus instead of minus 5y, we write these 2 factors to replace minus 5y. y square minus 4y minus y plus 4 equal to 0. So y is common, y minus 4, minus 1 is common in next 2 terms, y minus 4 equal to 0. We get y minus 4 into y minus 1 is equal to 0. Either y minus 4 equal to 0 or y minus 1 is equal to 0. So solving this, we get y is equal to 1 and 4. So this is not the solution, because the original equation is in variable x. Again, by back substitution, we will get the value of x, because we need solution of this quadratic equation in which the variable is x. So we have to find the value of x. So for x, by back substitution here, we substituted x square is equal to y. Thus to find x, we use the fact y is equal to x square. So there are 2 values of y. First, y is equal to 4, and then y is equal to 1. So we get x square is equal to 4 and x square is equal to 1. Solving these equations by taking square root, we get x square square root is equal to 4 square root. So we get x is equal to plus minus 2. Similarly, solving this equation, x square is equal to 1. By taking square root, it becomes x is equal to plus minus 1. So we get 4 roots, plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2. So since the power of variable is 4, so we get 4 values of x. So that is the solution set of the given equation. Next come to part 4. Again, if we look That is the second type. If we look at the equation, x plus 2 minus 1 over x plus 2 is equal to 3 by 2. This is not quadratic. So first of all, we change this into quadratic form. So the second method, first method, you understand it. The second method, this equation is called a reciprocal equation. Here x plus 2 minus 1 over x plus 2. In 1 over something means reciprocal of the first term. So we substitute the first term, x plus 2 is equal to y, another variable. Let x plus 2 is equal to y. Then 1 over x plus 2 means 1 over y. That is reciprocal of y. So by substituting these two values in the original equation, we get y minus 1 over y is equal to 3 by 2. Now simplifying this equation, multiply both sides by the LCM, 2y. We get 2y into y minus 1 over y, and 3 by 2 multiplied by 2y. So we get 2y square minus, here y cancel, minus 2, y cancel, we get minus 2. And on the right side, 2 cancel is equal to 3y. Thus 2y square minus 2 minus 3y is equal to 0. In transforming 3y to left hand side, we get the standard form of quadratic equation, 2y square, here square is missing. So please note it, 2y square minus 3y minus 2 is equal to 0. We get a standard form of a quadratic equation. Now we can solve this equation quadratic form into any one of the three methods. Method is not mentioned, so which one is easy to you can solve it by factorization by completing the square r by quadratic formula. So we solve this by factorization. So making factor of minus 3, we take two factor, minus 4 and plus 1. By adding minus 4 plus 1 we get minus 3, and by multiplication we get minus 4, which is the product of quotient of y square and constant term, that is minus 4. So 2 factors minus 4 plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. Again 2y is common, y minus 2 plus 1 is common, and next term, so we get y minus 2 is equal to 0. We get two factors, y minus 2 and 2y plus 1 equal to 0. So either y minus 2 is equal to 0 by solving these two factors, or 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. Solve these, we get two values of y. Y is equal to minus 1 over 2, and by solving y minus 2 is equal to 0, we get y is equal to 2. So we get two values, y is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 1 over 2. Again, the original equation is in variable x. So to get the values of x, we find by back substitution, we put by back substitution. So to find x, use the fact y is equal to x plus 2. By back substitution, put the value of y. So it become x plus 2 is equal to, one value of y was 2, this one. So x plus 2 is equal to 2. So transforming 2 to right hand side, 2 minus 2 becomes 0. One value x is equal to 0. Second, y is equal to minus 1 over 2. So this becomes x plus 2 is equal to minus 1 over 2. So transforming 2 to right hand side, x is equal to minus 1 over 2 minus 2, or x is equal to, taking 2 LCM, minus 1 minus 4, or minus 5 by 2. Thus the solution is 0 minus 5 by 2. Next, part 6, again the same method. This is a general form of an equation, x plus 2 over x minus 2 minus x minus 2 over x plus 2. So the second term is the reciprocal of the first term, is equal to 5 by 6. So by second method of substitution, we put any one of the term. If we take this one, y, the second become 1 over y. Or if we take this one, the second, if we take this one y, the first one become 1 over y. So by substituting x plus 2 over x minus 2 is equal to y, the next term become 1 over y. Putting these two values in the original equation, we get, instead of x plus 2 or x minus 2, we get y minus x minus 2 or x plus 2, we get 1 over y is equal to 5 by 6. Reduce this or simplify this equation. So y and 6, that is the LCM, multiplying both sides by 6y by the LCM. So 6y multiplied by left hand side and 6y multiplied by right hand side of the equation. So that becomes 6y square minus yy cancel 6 only is equal to, here 6 cancel 5y. Again transforming 5y to left hand side, we get 6y square minus 5y minus 6 equal to 0, which is standard form of a quadratic equation in variable y. Again splitting the middle term by factorization, we can solve it. So splitting the middle term into two terms, minus 5, that is minus 9 plus 4. If we add, we get minus 5. If we multiply, 9 for the minus 36. So minus 36 mean product of coefficient of y square and the constant term. Minus 6 multiplied by 6 minus 36. So by multiplying plus 4 minus 9, we get minus 36. So writing these two terms, instead of minus 5y, replacing minus 5y, 3y is common in the first two terms. 2y minus 3 plus 2 common, we get 2y minus 3, same factor. So 2y minus 3 again common, we get 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. So if the product of two factor is equal to 0, either 2y minus 1 is equal to 0, that is each factor is equal to 0, or 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. Solving these two, we get y is equal to 3 by 2 and y is equal to minus 2 by 3. So to find the x, the value of x, because the original equation is in variable x, so by back substitution we put the value in this equation, x plus 2 or x minus 2 is equal to y. When value of y is 3 by 2, so this become x plus 2 or x minus 2 is equal to 3 by 2. Solving this equation by cross multiplication, we get 3 into x minus 2 is equal to 2 into x plus 2. Multiplying or simplifying, we get 3x minus 6 is equal to 2x plus 4. Or transforming the variable to left hand side and constant to right hand side. 3x minus 2x is equal to 4, and that become plus 6. X is equal to 10. That is one solution, one root. Again, when y is equal to minus 2 by 3, so this become x plus 2 or x minus 2 become is equal to minus 2 by 3. Again by cross multiplication. So 3 into x plus 2 is equal to minus 2 into x minus 2. So simplifying the brackets, we got 3x plus 6 is equal to minus 2x, and minus minus become 4 plus, so 2 to the 4 plus 4. Again transforming variable to left hand side to right hand side, left hand side and constant to right hand side. 3x, that become plus 2x, on the right hand side 4 and 6 plus 6 become minus 6. So we get 5x is equal to minus 2. Again by dividing 5, we get x is equal to minus 2 by 5. So the second root, that is minus 2 by 5. Thus the solution set is minus 2 by 5 and 10. Next, come to part 3, type 3 equations. If we come across equation like this, for example 3 into x square plus 1 over x square minus 16 x plus 1 over x plus 26 equal to 0. So these two equations are reciprocal, but the first one is square of the second one, or second is linear, first is quadratic. So we substitute in type 3 equation, we substitute the linear term into another variable. We substitute let x plus 1 over x is equal to y. We can take any variable. For example, x plus 1 over x is equal to t. So this will transform into t. Again, by back substitution, we will get the value of x. So since the next variable is y, so we take y. So x plus 1 over y let is equal to y. By taking the square, we get x plus 1 over x square is equal to y square. Expanding the square, we get x square plus 1 over x square plus 2 is equal to y square. So we have to derive the value of x square plus 1 over x square. Therefore, transform plus 2 to right hand side. We get x square plus 1 over x square is equal to y square minus 2. Now these two values, y and y square, value of x plus 1 over x and value of x square plus 1 over x, substitute this into original equation. So we get 3 into, in this original equation, we get 3 into y square minus 2 minus 16, and x plus 1 over x we put y, so it become minus 16y plus 26 is equal to 0. Simplifying the brackets, we get 3y square minus 6 minus 16y plus 26 equal to 0, or 3y square minus 16y or minus 6 plus 26 become plus 20 equal to 0. This is a standard form of quadratic equation. Again, by factorization, we split the middle term into two terms, minus 16y into minus 10 and minus 6. So this becomes 3y square minus 10y minus 6y plus 20 equal to 0. In first two term, y is common, 3y minus 10. In next two term, minus 2 is common, we get 3y minus 10. That factor which is common, that should be the same in both the terms. So again, 3y minus 10 is common to two terms. So 3y minus 10 common, we get y minus 2 is equal to 0. Again, by the same principle, when the product of two factor is equal to 0, each one is equal to 0. So 3y minus 10 equal to 0 and y minus 2 is equal to 0. Solving these two, we get y is equal to 10 by 3 and y is equal to 2 values. So to get the value of x, variable x, which is original equation given in variable x, by back substitution we use the fact y is equal to x plus 1 over x, which was our first substitution. Thus x plus 1 over x become 10 by 3 and x plus 1 over x in next equation we take it as 2. So for first part, when x plus 1 over x is equal to 10 by 3, simplify now this equation. So x and 3, multiply these two, 3x. 3x is the LCM, so multiply both sides by 3x. 3x into left hand side and 3x into 10 by 3. By simplifying, we get 3x square. Here x cancel, plus 3 is equal to here 3 cancel, 10x. So 3x square, and transforming 10 to left hand side, it becomes 3x square minus 10x plus 3 equal to 0, which is standard form of a quadratic equation. Again, we can solve it by factorization. So 3x square making factors of minus 10, minus 9 minus 1 plus 3 equal to 0. So 3x is common, we get x minus 3 and minus 1 is common in next two factors, so we get x minus 3. Again we get x minus 3 into 3x minus 1 equal to 0. So each factor is equal to 0. X minus 3 equal to 0 mean x is equal to 3, and 3x minus 1 equal to 0, it become 3x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 1 by 3. Thus we get x is equal to, from here x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1 over 3. Now this is your homework to solve the second root y2. So again you will take x plus 1 over x is equal to 2 and solve it by itself like this one. You will get the value of x 1. So the solution set is 1, 3 and 1 by 3. Next again type 3 equations in which the first one is the square of the second, or second is linear of the first term. So again this by substitution, let the linear term x minus 1 over x is equal to y. We suppose this one. So taking the square to get the first term, taking the square on both sides, we get x square plus 1 over x square minus 2 is equal to square of right hand side is equal to y square. Again to get the value of x square plus 1 over x square, we transform minus 2 to right hand side. So we get x square plus 1 over x square is equal to y square plus 2. Now value of x square plus 1 over x square and x minus 1 over x, put this in the original equation. We get y square plus 2 minus y minus 4 equal to 0. Simplifying this one, the bracket y square minus y and plus 2 and minus 4 become minus 2 is equal to 0. Thus we get y square minus y minus 2, a quadratic standard form of a quadratic equation. Now factorizing this one, we make two factors of minus y, minus 2 and plus 1. So thus solving these two factors, we get y minus 2 into y plus 1 is equal to 0. Either y minus 2 equal to 0 or y plus 1 is equal to 0. So y minus 2 is equal to 0 mean y is equal to 2, and y plus 1 equal to 0, transforming 1 to right hand side, we get y minus 1. Two values, y2 and y minus 1. Again getting the value of original variable x, we by back substitution we can find the value of x. Back substitution is x minus 1 over x is y. So thus x minus 1 over x is equal to 2. We get this equation, again multiply both sides by x. So we get x square minus x cancel, minus 1 is equal to, on the right hand side 2 into x become 2x, or we get x square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, which is standard form of a quadratic equation. But the factors are not possible. This is not possible by factorization. So we take another example, another method by completing the square or by quadratic formula. So by quadratic formula we solve this equation. Comparing this equation with the standard form of quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, we get a is equal to 1, coefficient of x square, b is equal to minus 2, coefficient of x, c is equal to minus 1, coefficient of constant term c is equal to minus 1. By putting in quadratic formula, x is equal to minus b plus minus b square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Putting these values, we get this one, 2 plus minus 4 plus 4 under root by 2, or 2 plus 4 become 8, or simplify 8, we get 2 under root 2. In making factor of 8, 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 2. So one factor is common, 2 is common. So we get 2 under root 2. Again 2 is common in this one. So when we take 2 common, we get 1 plus minus only under root 2 divided by 2. 2 to cancel. So x is equal to 1 plus minus under root 2. Now again when y is equal to minus 1, these are two values, y minus 1 and y2. So for y2 we get two solution of x. This one for y is equal to minus 1, again by back substitution, x minus 1 over x is equal to minus 1. Multiplying both sides by x to solve this equation, we get x square, x is cancelled, minus 1 is equal to, on the right side is equal to minus x. Transforming minus x to left hand side, we get x square plus x minus 1 equal to 0, which is a standard form of a quadratic equation. Now solve this quadratic equation by quadratic formula or by completing the square or by factorization. So by quadratic formula, comparing this equation with the standard form of quadratic equation, we get a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 1. Putting in quadratic formula, we get x is equal to minus 1 plus minus 1 square minus 4ac, value of a, value of c, divided by 2, value of a, is equal to minus 1 plus minus 1 square become 1, and minus 4 plus 1 multiply, we get plus 4. That is minus 1 plus minus 5 under root by 2. So that is the second solution. So we get four values. First one, 1 plus under root 2. Second, 1 minus under root 2. Third, minus 1 plus under root 5 by 2. Or fourth, minus 1 minus 5 under root by 2. So that is the solution set. Next come to fourth type of equations. This is called exponential equations, in which constant power variable 3 power 2x, this is called exponential equation. So if we look at the first term 3 power 2x, and in second term we have 3 power x, so square of, if we multiply this by 2 or taking the square of 3 power x, we get 3 power 2x. This means 3 power 2x is the square of 3 power x. So again, by the same manner, we take the substitution of lesser power or linear term, that is 3 power x. So let substitute 3 power x is equal to y. Then 3 power x, square of this term become 3 power x square become y square. So y square we get 3 power 2x. So the value of y and y square, put them into original equation. We get 3x square of 3x. That become, or we can simply write 3 power 2x or 3 power x whole square. So that become 3x, that is y, that become y square, minus 10 and 3 power x y plus 9 equal to 0. So we get the standard form of a quadratic equation. Again, by factorizing, we get two factors, and by solving these two factors, we get two values of y. Y is equal to 9 and y is equal to 1. So to get the value of original variable x in the original equation, by back substitution, to find the value of x, we use the fact y is equal to 3x, which was our previous substitution. Therefore 3 power x is equal to y means 3 power x is equal to 9, one value. So 3 power x is equal to, we can write 9 is 3 power 2. Now when the bases are same, comparing the power, or when the power are same, comparing the bases. So here we are going to find the value of x. So bases are 7. So by comparison, we have x is equal to 2. That is the power of same base. 3 power x, 3 power 2. So x is equal to 2. Similarly, y is 1. So this become 3 power x is equal to y. That is 3 power x is equal to 1. So 1 we can write, because every number, everything positive number power 0 is equal to 1. That is equal to 1. So instead of writing 1, we transform this into 3 power. So if we write 3 power 0, again this is equal to 1. So by substituting 1, we write this as 3 power 0. So comparing these two, 3 power x, 3 power 0. When the base is same, comparing the powers, we get x is equal to 0. Thus the solution set is 0 and 2, first value and second. Next, again exponential equation, we get second exponential equation that is complicated from the first one. So let for this one, first term 5 power x plus 1 plus 5 power 2 minus x, here the sign is negative, is equal to 126. So negative sign mean, for example, 3 power x is equal to y. So 3 power minus 6 mean 1 over y. That is the reciprocal. So here if we split this into the power, split into terms, factors, so this become 5 power x into 5. If we multiply again, when the base is same, power will be added. The same power, applying law of powers. This term become 5 power x plus 1. So we split this into two terms, two factors. 5 power x into 5 plus again this one, 5 power 2 into 5 power minus 6 is equal to 126. So this become 5 into 5 power x constant, first become first, just like coefficient is written as first, 2x, 2y, 3y. Similarly 5 power x 5, we can write 5 into 5 power x plus 25, and 5 power x become 5 power 1 over 25 over 5 power x, that is 1 over y, that is reciprocal of x. Sorry, if y, we take 5 power x is equal to y, so 5 power x 4 power minus 6 become 1 over y. Or simply first transform this and then substitute the value. So in this equation we substitute, let y is equal to 5 power x, then this equation become 5 into y in 5y plus 25 by y is equal to 126. So we get to the equation 5y plus 25 over y is equal to 126. Multiplying both sides by y, we simplify this equation. Multiply y with the left hand side and y with the right hand side. So we get 5y square plus y cancel 25, this one y cancel plus 25, and on the right side is equal to 126 y. Again 5y square, transform this to left hand side, minus 126y plus 25 is equal to 0. That is standard form of quadratic equation. Splitting the middle term into two terms to solve by factorization, we get these two factors, minus 125 and minus 1. By adding we get minus 126, and by multiplying we get 125. So first 5y is common in the first two terms. We get y minus 25 minus 1 common, y minus 25 equal to 0. Or y minus 25 common, we get 5 minus 1 equal to 0. Either y minus 25 is equal to 0 or 5y minus 1 equal to 0. So solving this one, 5y is equal to 25, and solving the next one, 5y minus 1 is equal to 0, we get 5y is equal to 1 or y is equal to 1 over 5. So again we get two values. One value is y is equal to 1 over 5, and second value y is equal to 25. So by back substitution, to find x, use the fact y is equal to 5 power x, which was our original substitution. So when y is equal to 25, that become 5 power x is equal to 5 power 2, writing 25 in the power. So again base is same, comparing the powers we get x is equal to 2. Similarly for next value, when y is equal to 1 over 5, this become 5 power x is equal to 5 power minus 1. And 1 over 5 mean 5 power minus 1. Again base is same, comparing the power, x is equal to minus 1. Thus the solution set is 2 and minus 1. Okay, thank you Next method we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. Any problem, then contact me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.